Hello, welcome to CCA. We are covering the Division 4 semifinals between Splatlanders from, actually, I don't remember what school they're from, uh,
One of them, one of the schools.
and New Jersey Institute of Technology. Thank you, Vapor. And Goomies from the Virginia Commonwealth University. This is a pretty interesting match. Splatlanders went 5-0 in their group stage. Goomies went 4-1 in their group stage, losing only to UCSD Navy. However, Splatlanders has actually dropped about 6 games in their group stage, whereas Goomies only lost 5. So Goomies, technically, from the way they've dropped games, should be the better team.
Yeah, I mean that's all just a technical. I mean, right? Like in the grand scheme of things, who knows? But
True.
hey, I like their keys to victory. Just run at them. I like that. That's how I play the game. So I agree. It's a good
Yeah,
strategy.
I think this is going to be a pretty close match just from their stat records. I think if Splatlanders is able to secure their wins, that'd be nice. But I mean, Goomies, I definitely think they know how to hold their own and be able to hold back anyone stronger and take games or take sets. Only losing against maybe some mechanical differences, such as that UCSC Navy. But I mean, believe, both teams have been working pretty hard to get to this where they are now.
Yeah. So regardless, right? It's the semifinals. We're at the end. We're reaching the end of the season. So so everything's just heating up from here, and hey, I'm excited. I just want to see some good gaming today.
Yeah. Is there any weapons you think you're expecting to see, Mustard?
I mean, nothing in particular that I can really think of at the moment, but I think a lot of it is just, hey, what is good right now? Maybe we'll see that kind of deal. No.
I think the only thing we're gonna see is probably either a cooler weapon, a Zuka weapon, or both.
Both. Ooh.
And then I don't know, anyone can pull out really anything for the other picks. They could pull out bubble, missiles, But we're getting into this. What do you think? Well, let's go and analyze these weapons, Mustard. What do you see?
Um. Uh, Honestly, I'm not too surprised at everything. You know, no splatter shot for blue team over there, Goomies. So interesting to see how they'll play around that. Right, Ingzuka, very very strong of a weapon at the moment. So.
But already there is one down from the side of Splatlanders. Goomies is already trying to look their way into the enemy's slope region. One drops, two go down on side of Goomies, and Splatlanders now has advantage. Potentially gets this.
Oh, great turnaround!
Gets
no! He did not turn around. Unlucky, but yeah, Splatlanders now with full control. They're going to be moving up towards that basket. They're going to get the power clam in. They're going to get the pop. They're going to get some extra clams in there as well. And that's the power of that Tenta-brella that we see just gliding through the bottom of your screen there. 59 remaining on the score. This is the Ingzuka popped. Does not look like they'll be able to extend this clam barrier pop quite yet. They're still very aggressive, though. Still playing very much in Goomies' base, really. And finally, they'll get pushed back a bit.
Yeah, I mean, 59 is already a pretty strong start. It really kind of shows, Goomies that like this team will go at your face and keep at it until you will die. As we see, two specials online from side Goomies. Missiles come out. There's still crab online. Let's see what Goomies do with this. No real picks from the side of Goomies. 10 gets
Ooh.
one pick, has Zuka ready, looking for a potential push. Two down from side Goomies. Let's see. Jet comes out though.
Yeah, Gumi's just gonna try to defend this ball point. You know, going back on the ground, gonna be strafing everywhere with the help of that uh, cooler. Gonna be walking into the umbrella. Not really gonna do all too much, except try to defend, give up their life for it. Now Splatlanders still basket open, but Gumi's respawning will be defending it yet again. I mean, they're able to chip away some more points. So, now it's 53 the score to beat for Goomies as they cooler up and they get ready to push forward.
Yeah, I mean, Splatlanders is relentless. That tent was immediately on that crab, and Goomies need some points. Already over half the time for this Clan Blitz match is already over, and with no points on the scoreboard, the Goomies really needs to go and try to get some specials online and see if they can push the basket region.
Yeah, they were able to take out 3 of Splatlanders, so it was what, like a 3v1, 3v1, 4v1 for a brief moment, but they just didn't have the clams to push forward. They're trying to collect everything up now. They still have the pity clam in the back. You see on the screen. Ingsuka pop now for Splatlanders. Jelly just trying to get some damage, and it will be done as they take one out, and now all of a sudden 3v1 in favor of Splatlanders as Fox tries to keep their team in this fight, but will just get taken out in the inkjet as they march forward. Splatlanders, they will throw the clam, but does not pop. So a little sigh of relief for Goomies as they're able to defend. They get the wipeout as well, so they're going to be pushing forward. Hopefully can pop the basket, get some points on the board now.
Yeah, they're looking to really try to push this area, but looks like they're kind of a little bit too huddled up around this pillow area, and almost got caught off by that shot. But Fox, with that excellent inkjet play, seeing that shark immediately come in, get that pick. 74 points on the board. Let's see if Goomies can try to figure out some more clams, and unfortunately, the clam basket does close.
Yeah, Sticky's just going into the back line, just trying to distract Goomies. Honestly, fairly smart. Just taking away the clam so that they don't have it for their own at their own disposal. Now, 4v2 pushing forward. Splatlanders, they're looking to end this here, or at least get the pop on the basket, get some more score, make it a little harder to catch up as we see Anarchy going down. That 10 umbrella just paying dividends here on Scorched Gorge. Barrier has been broken once again. 37, 34, 31. It continues to tick lower and lower. They're going to try to keep this basket open for as long as they can, try to prevent Goomies from entering overtime. It will begin, and Splatlanders not going to... Never mind, they are just barely able to get one extra clam in there. That will end the overtime, and that will put them up 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, that was a really strong play from Splatlanders. They constantly, and I mean constantly, was at Gumi's throat and just kept going after them. And this tent was so strong. I believe that was Wana. That was really, really strong, preventing Gumis from really doing anything. And I really think Goomies did really struggle fighting against a tent. They just didn't seem to know how to deal with it.
Yeah, and I mean, it is... I guess it is difficult. There's a big shield in your way as you're trying to push in what's already a very small area, which the 10 umbrella, a great pick for Scorched Gorge for clams as... we come up as, yeah, I think our next map mode, we're going to Splat Zones on Barnacle and Dive. So, I have my qualms about Splat Zones on Barnacle and Dime, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I would
if we
think I would think the main thing that both teams need to just keep an eye out is mostly on their stacks and make sure that they don't lose it. Because I mean, both teams have a pretty strong way of just defending that stacks area. You have Splatlanders with their tent player, and you have Goomies with their Tri-Slosher player.
yeah, I think it's one of those things where, hey, you're gonna. I think if you are Goomies, you need to start playing more aggressive and trying to make something happen on this particular map. I mean, Barnacle and Dime, I will say, not exactly known for sneaky plays. Say what you want about map design, right? Tetris piece, but it. Barnacle and Dime, I've seen miracles happen on this map. I will say.
Yeah, I mean, it very much is true. I mean, this map is just a brute force your way into the enemy space. If you can't just brute force the enemy space, you're most likely just going to wipe and you're going to probably start heading into a disadvantage. But we're rolling out and we currently see no real changes to their comps. Maybe some extra changes from like special charge here and there. That's all I see. There
Yeah,
is a zap now on the side of Goomies.
there is the S blast. I think we little difficult, something that we kind of glossed over just a little bit. S blast pretty strong, but still quite hindered by the fact that it has sprinkler reef slider. But reef slider very good on zones, especially after they buffed the paint radius on that special, like what, a few months back now. Gumi's taking first control of the zone, going to be pushing forward. Splatlanders finally able to fight back with some specials. We see the Inksuka getting popped, Inkjet in response though, and Fox will be claiming one. So Gumi's still holding on for the time being. Cooler has been invested by Splatlanders. They're going to be trying to move forward, but again, Gumi's just with an ironclad defense here.
Yeah, I mean, Flatlanders is trying really hard, and they did get their stacks back. They get 2 picks, and they did get control of the zone. Let's see if Flatlanders can get the Gumi stacks. They get that one. Cyan gets another pick. Cyan's kind of on a roll right now, and their stacks are now been held by Flatlanders. Let's see how Gumi's now handles this position that they just put Splatlanders not too long ago.
Yeah, well, it looks like they're doing pretty good for the time being. We see Sticky just all the way in spawn, like in the enemy spawn. Gumi's and he's able to get one, maybe getting out, does not, but Gumi is just again still on a tear. Gonna be bouncing back from this, but Splatlanders still holding on by the skin of their teeth. They will be claiming the lead here. Not a lot of time left on the clock for Goomies. That's a great pick to open things off. 2v2 at the moment. They're going to need to start getting some paint on the zone as the timer ticks down. A great spot on the S-Blast will allow them to regain control with 4 points remaining. And the penalty to go through, Goomies, they have a little ways until they can reclaim that lead, but they look in a very strong position to be able to do so.
Yeah, it's very nice seeing Bubble trying to camp the Splatlander spawn. Gets 1 pick from with the Zuka shot, which was nice, keeping all Splatlanders kind of stuck within their pit area. Although 2 go down from the side of Goomies, and Fox just needs to hold this area really well. And they're doing a pretty decent job with holding their ground with VP.
Yeah, and Splatlanders, regaining control. They got their coolers. They're gonna try to keep this rolling. A great splat though, but with the cooler respawn, is it really a splat at the end of the day? Goomies, they're getting great entries. They're getting great picks. They're gonna start moving forward now. You see the Inkzuka coming out. Not gonna be claiming a splat, but will be getting a lot of space and a lot of damage down. Just trying to paint the zone now. As not a great time to get picked for Goomies, as the Inkzuka coming out once again, and it's just another stalemate battle for the zone.
Yeah, I mean, Goomies just need to just figure
Ooh.
out some way to, capitalize on their specials a little more. They're not staggering them quite well, not the kind just popping it and then they just try and get value out of it, which is working some. Splatlanders is currently holding pretty strong to the zone, gets the inkjet out of the air, and currently Goomies is really struggling hard to try to get zone, and that's everyone down, a staggered wipe.
Yeah, with not a lot of time left on the clock, as we see the penalty tick down, now it's just 3, 2, 1, 0, counting down like it's New Year's Day. And Goomies, they looked really good at the start. They were, they got it going. They held it down until what 15 or 14 left for their on the board, but just not able to close it out. And again, Splatlanders come back. And I mean 2-0, I mean it's not the it's not the end of the world. Right? You have what is this? I believe this is a best of 9, if I'm not mistaken. So we will
Yep, they have to win 5 matches in order to take the set. So
yeah, so 2-0 is fine. 2-0, you're chilling for now, but you need to start thinking about what can we do? What like the Particle and Dime Splat Zones has looked a lot closer. It was definitely not as one-sided as Clam Blitz was, but it's still not really faring too well for Goomies. So
yeah, the Goomies did have a lot better aggression that you said that they needed from the after the end of that Scorch Gorge, and they did provide it during that Barnacle and Dimes. But as soon as they started taking advantage and taking stacks, Goomies just didn't know quite where the next area to push was. So I think with a more familiar map, maybe like Museum d'Alfonsino, maybe Goomies can figure out some way to push the advantage state even further once they get it.
yeah, museum power control. It's a lot of high ground, a lot of verticality you're gonna need to deal with here. So maybe we'll see a sniper pick come out. In an uncontested E-leader on Museum is one of the most atrocious things to play against. So hey,
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe, but I feel like we're still gonna just see the S Blast and the Tri Slosher because both of those weapons love elevation and they know how to work around it quite well.
Yeah, but also with the S Blast, right? You also have to think about the rest of the kit. Is it really that do you want Reef Slider on tower control? Like, it's not the worst, but considering all the other options you could pick, I think you'd want to go with a different special. So we'll see. I mean, S Blast is a cool weapon. Get your reps in, right? Actual good S Blast kit coming soon. So get your reps in, of course.
It just could all, yeah, maybe this is what it is. Splatlanders are simply just trying, get S Blast practice before they can play with S Blast Custom. I think it's custom. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Anyways, we're moving on to this match.
they're getting ahead of the curve, right?
Ooh, we're seeing a T-Tech and a Sorel Umbrella, it looks like. Yeah, T-Tech and Sorel Umbrella. It looks like Splatlanders are wanting to play even more aggressive than they have been before. And there's no changes on the side of Goomies. What do you think is going to happen with these kind of comps?
Well, I like the T-Tech on tower control, because once you build up your special, you just drop the strikes straight onto the tower, and there's nothing they can do, right? Just stagger it out 1, 2, 3, and you just stall that tower for so long. And then you use it to take space. But as I say that, Goomies are the ones that are taking all the space in the world, as we see the inkjet, the coolers, everything being popped as Awana just stuck in a corner. But a little bit of retaliation now, finally, from Spelllanders. I believe that was a cooler being invested. And oh, a great snipe from Juana on the respawn. Get Goomies off the tower for now, but I mean, they're able to pop the first checkpoint, which is pretty huge for a first offensive really move like that.
Yeah, I mean, Goonies really, I think they are like they want to win now. They were like, we've done enough like learning about our opponents. I think we've got a general idea how they play. I think we can start teeing games off.
Yeah, yeah, like Goomies just play aggressive, right? I think we saw it in the pregame. The keys to victory, right? Was it Splatlanders would just go at them. We'll run it down, and you know, the best way to counter running it down is to run it down back at them. Don't let them run it down. You do it first. And Goomies doing a great job of that here on Museum. We see just full control of that tower, not even letting a single point go for Splatlanders, as finally there will be some distance for the orange team here. They're going to get a little bit of distance on the clock, on the board, not the clock. Wrong thing.
I mean, it's close enough. I mean, it's they're both on the upper HUD, so you know.
That's true.
You look up. You know, you see numbers going down. It's the same difference. We see 2 picks going from Fox taking out Splatlanders, and you know, Goomies is taking back a lot of space. But
ooh,
I mean,
how did what? Whoa, Jelly died way back there. I didn't quite see how that happened.
you know, it's a museum. There's still some water. I'm sure you could still, you know, drown a fair bit. I mean, it's a little harder. I've seen a fair amount of drownings. That sounds going wrong. Anyways,
yeah, which might have not been. I mean, might have not been super ideal for Splatlanders, as see Goomies get a little bit of extra distance on the board here. They don't get the checkpoint. They get like quarter way through it. They don't get it all the way, as Splatlanders now going to be ramping up the aggression, taking it all the way to the finish line, as you see, as Goomies just no longer any paint on the board. They have negative map control at this moment. But as I say that, WannaSplat gets a little too overzealous. Will get taken out immediately. That is 3 Splats coming in. The respawns, though, are there. The Reef Slider, she's on the tower and going to be preventing anyone from Goomies from getting on, and Splatlander is able to hold on. Again, the power of the tri-strikes, just shield yourself, and that's exactly what we saw Jelly pull there, as finally checkpoint 3 for Splatlanders. Will they be able to complete the map? Will they get the knockout? Here is the final chance for Goomies, and no one's going to be on the tower, and that's going to be a 3-0 now. 3-0 lead for Splatlanders. Man, like,
this is really surprising.
Like it's so close. We're so close, yet so far.
Like, Goomies had the game within the first half, but Splatlanders within that last like minute before the KO, they were really aggressive. You know, playing their specials really well, using that inkjet to kind of take extra space, stalling more time for Goomies to have to paint over. Then you see the stalling strikes, and you know no one can really get into the strikes. And as you know, you see these jumps coming in. Goomies tries to capitalize on, but a Reef Slider still has has a circular explosion. So if you're too close to the tower, they died, and that just provided enough of a snowball for Splatlanders to win.
Yeah, and I mean, it just feels like so close yet so far. Like if only just a little bit, right? Just they're able to be a little more aggressive, or maybe just clutch gene. I think that's what is lacking here. Goomies, they don't have the clutch gene. They can't they can't single-handedly one player bring things back for the entire team, like we saw Splatlanders with Jelly on the T-Tech just sitting on the tower, throwing strikes down. It's not a shield. You can still shoot through it, but very effective at protecting yourself, regardless. So
Yeah, but I mean, we still haven't gone quite through all of the the map types. I mean, you do we Goomies has lost against the other modes, but we're here at Rainmaker now. Let's see how they do with Rainmaker. Maybe Rainmaker is like the Goomies map, or maybe it's going to be a little bit more of a discovery for Goomies to try and learn Splatlanders, and Splatlanders ends up taking that 4-0. But you never quite know. You just sometimes you could be playing mind games, juke your opponents, figure out them out, let their guard down, all that jazz.
Yeah, exactly. So who knows? It'll be interesting to see, as
We
fairly similar or
we
just
do,
exact same as we've seen in previous.
we do see a crab coming back from inside Goomies, looking to probably push the grates a little bit more, but that was I was talking, and there's
Oh,
been a lot of death that has just happened. Goomies has died. Splatlanders just dies. It's just trading back and forth right now. It's constant, like 2-2s.
yeah, lots of
This is
trades
an
going on.
insane 30 seconds.
Yeah, strong opening from Goomies, right? Getting the pop, but just not able to really stay up all that long. Both teams just trading players, but I think it is finally Splatlanders firmly in control as they're gonna keep pushing forward. No one's picked up the Rainbear quite yet. Still, notice it's a great snipe as we see Splatlanders now going forward. Be going for the side checkpoint. Will it get stopped? No.
And it currently looks like that right side is completely uncontested, except for the little bit of crossfire by Fox. But Goomies did eventually rotate back and catch that. Bubble try and take their grates immediately. Try and look for hold a strong position for the Rainmaker. Unfortunately, it looks like Rainmaker is kind of struggling right now on the grates, trying to get to that checkpoint. As the right side checkpoint is kind of a very risky play since it's so close to your enemy spawn that you have to be super confident with your plays.
Yeah, and yeah, we see a little bit of cooler action, some aggression now. Splatlanders, they're gonna be going up the side. Gumi is gonna meet them there, just chipping away some distance. Not really gonna be, not really going for much. We see Slider coming in for Cyan though, gonna take one out. Wipeout coming through. Spawns coming in. Will it be in time? It does not appear so. And I mean, that was a little unexpected, I will say. But Splatlanders, they take a 4-0 lead. I mean, they're at match point.
Yeah, I mean, Splatlanders was really good at seeing their opportunities, trying to ensure, is Goomies looking at that left checkpoint route? No? All right, we'll just go down that route. We're not going to get stopped. And hey, we aren't, so we're going to win.
Yeah, I mean, they just completely let him through. I think Goomies just was not really paying too much attention to it, and they just kind of let it happen. I was also just a bit surprised that killed right there.
The Rainmaker pop is bigger than you think. I mean, yeah, I've died to the Rainmaker pop even in X rank. Some people still underestimate.
Yeah, it is. I will say I've had my fair share of interesting hitboxes. I'm still a firm believer that that the suction bomb is a little bit too misleading in its hitbox.
I mean, I can understand. I feel the suction bomb should be like a semi-sphere or hemisphere. Because you have
Yeah,
the little
it's like
suction and
around
it
the
goes.
corner from me, and it's like around the corner, and I still die to it. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like half the times, it's just like how I am so far away. It just it doesn't make that much sense.
and then you like blast to that spherical explosion. If only it was
Yeah.
plasticized. Anyways, ooh, we see a Nautilus coming out from side Goomies. Looks like they're really trying to bring out a power weapon to try bring back the the tables, because right now Goomies does need the reverse sweep in order to take this set now.
Yeah, which might not be so easy from what we've seen so far, but Goomies in a commanding lead in just the map space. They're playing aggressive, as we mentioned. They're taking space. They're looking to get a power clan built up, looking to pop, but still just chilling for the moment as respawns are coming in. Crab being invested here. We see Red just trying to gun him down and will be successful now. 3 players down for Splatlanders. Just get a clam together. Pop the barrier, please. There we go.
No,
Hello? Come on! No way. Okay, someone check their PayPal. Something's up. There's no way that just happened. A little bit of a fumble there. Haven't seen things like that. I mean, you don't even see that in the NFL. That was wild.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a little bit of the anxiety, just getting to him, or it could just be a little bit of miscommunication on comments, being like, "Hey, pick up this clam." No, no, give the clams to me. No, wait, no, give the clam. And we just try and figure out while the Splatlanders are just coming off a respawn, being like, "We don't care. We're going after you."
Yeah, just a little bit of they just kind of fumbled a little bit. Slippery hands, weren't able to connect the shot, but it doesn't really matter all too much. Not a lot has been gained just yet, but as I say that, Splatlanders, they are pushing forward. You see a bunch of power clams falling by the wayside that Goomies have built up. Nice trade there. Should allow a nice substantial defense here, just preventing their basket from getting popped. Now, it looks like that will happen, but as I say that's the power of the 10 umbrella. You just walk forward, and what are they gonna do, right?
Yeah, but I mean, Goomies has held their defense really strong. They only let one power and one normal slip by, and Goomies still is having a really strong hold over mid right now. Just if they can somehow
they're going in, they get it, they get the pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one really stood up though, so Fox just kind of on a solo mission just to stay alive. Provide jumps perhaps, but just keep this space, and I mean that's a great start, right? Baby steps as we see a nice opening pick. They're gonna try to stop that power clan from getting any closer to the basket. As we see Fox still trying extremely aggressive. This Nautilus hasn't paying off. I mean, the power to hold your charge as a Splatling is just, I mean, cannot be understated how strong it is, so.
Yeah, and it really seems like right now, Goomies has a really strong hold right now. Just making sure that Splatlanders can't really breathe or hold their bridge too much. But
yeah,
as I say
a little bit of a caster curse, but cooler respawns are there, so they're able to mount a little bit of a defense, but they won't be able to stop that barrier pop from coming through. The 10 umbrella and the jump. That's going to be a lot of power clams going in all at once. 19 remaining for Splatlanders, as now Goomies looking to just get aggressive, set up, but that's not good.
Yeah, what Goomies right now needs to focus on is maybe getting one power clam just really strongly, and Rare on that splash mag needs to get a crab, because that is your best initiation special for the Goomies right now, is that crab.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of these. I've seen a lot of Inkstorms go up, but not a lot of crabs. Goomy's finally going to be able to get the barrier pop. Going to be getting some extra points on the board. Up to 2 splats on that jump. Okay, interesting turn of events. Goomies will continue to hold on to mid despite going down. I mean, you take it if you're Goomies.
Yeah, man. Right? There is an online for Splatlanders. They have a Zuka. Is out. Zuka gets two. It looks like that is not what you want to see if you're Goomies, because you need to get that power clamp into the enemy basket, and I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough. They have a lot of space to cover and not a lot of time to do it. We see Goomies now trying for the last minute offensive, but it's not gonna be enough, and that will be a quick, clean set for Splatlanders. 5-0. And they'll move on to, I believe, grand finals after this. Yeah, semifinals. They will be moving on to grand finals for Division 4. And just on
Yeah,
it, just wow, really is all I can say. Goomies looked so promising, but just, yeah, like you mentioned, maybe the nerves got to them. They just fumbled at the beginning, and really just not a lot not a lot they could have done there, and then just weren't able to recover. But they had their moments, they had their glimpses of brilliance, but and they started to adapt. They started to make these games more competitive, but at the end of it, it's just too little, too late. Just not able to clutch things out, and ah,
yeah. I would say the only thing Goomies has a. It looks like they are mechanically pretty strong. I mean, they're able to get doubles. Fox was able to get doubles. Bubble got double. It's just that I think Goomies, in terms of how their comp is built up, they just don't have the right initiation specials, or they don't have enough initiation specials. Because Crab is really good if you can use Crab often. And I think that's the biggest issue I think Goomies was struggling with. Whereas, Flatlanders, all they had to do was, quickly farm up that 190p Zuka, and then you just let it rip.
yep. So it is what it is. Sometimes it's really all we can say about it. Will we be getting a play on 9? Will that be? We will be. I've heard we'll be waiting. We'll see. We'll see if we can get a play all 9. But okay, we have confirmed there is a yes. We will be seeing the other 4 map and modes
We
lined
love
up.
more content.
Oh
Yay!
yeah, oh yeah. If you like what you see, be sure to press the like and subscribe button. And remember to hit the bell so you don't miss a single thing.
Gotta love those plugs. I mean, that's how all channels grow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will admit, this I have been playing Open TTD in the background, so I will admit that. It is
Yeah.
it's an old timey transit simulator that they've rebuilt because people like old stuff, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fun. I
always
recommend
it's
it.
always a rotation of like the new is old, the old is new, and it's just back and forth.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean
but
the game does a good job, so I'm not mad at it. Good job.
yeah, and now I guess we're kind of in the scrim phase of this now play all nine, since the set has been taken, and the set did go to Splatlanders, but you know I I think both teams can still use a practice. Splatlanders can use this as like a little bit like early preparations for grands, and Goomies can use this as a little preparation for third.
Yeah. Hold up, my trains are stuck. I need to figure this out.
Okay. I'll take over this train of thought then. I mean, that's completely fine.
Yeah.
We're looks like we have Spotliners about to get ready. Sticky trying to figure out, I think, what their last weapon they want to play, which they could be deciding kind of what kind of shooter they want to play, or because this is a scrim, we could see some unorthodox weapons coming out. But with that, I mean, we're playing on spot zones, fire heights. The main idea that both teams need to try to do is secure, the ramp of either side. Once you hold the ramp, you pretty much win the game. Because retake is extremely hard on this map.
Oh yeah. Not exactly easy. I figured out my train situation. And yeah, just
Like they're gonna looks like
it just looks like similar things. We see I think that's a vanilla slosher coming out, so Splatlanders, experimenting just a little bit, but Slosher very good on Flounder Heights with these high grounds, with these, and just, Tri-Strike being really good on Splat zones in general. So.
Yeah, it looks like Goomies already has control over it, but Splatlanders is contesting their zone really hard, losing a little bit of control every now and then. Just, I don't think they quite have enough paint. 3 go down from the side of Splatlanders, 4 go down side Splatlanders. Right now, Goomies is gonna just try taking that space. As right now, Splatlanders just needs to figure out what kind of retake special do they need to paint up for, so they can start trying to neutralize one of the zones.
Yeah, as we see, just a little, just asserting dominance, popping clams, popping crab up there. Now Goomies just in a commanding lead still. Oh, and the missiles come down, gonna be seeking and gonna be finding that umbrella as Goomies still in control now. 10 points remaining. Splatlanders, this is do or die. This is their chance. If they want to reclaim anything, they do get control of one of 2 zones. Does stop that clock from ticking down, but it does not matter. They get the last minute wipeout, but it's just too little, too late. And Goomies, I mean, hey, if we were playing more maps is a good sign, but regardless, still, right, it just goes, again, that's how competitive the series really was, especially in the later maps after a little while. Once Goomies got warm, it was close. It's a 5-0, but it's still nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, and Goomies kind of speed ran this, and this could open up a possibility to have how Goomies should try to play, and it also opens up a flaw in potentially the Splatlanders gameplay of them being like not able to react to more speedier comps or speedier gameplay, whereas Goomies was kind of did actually what Splatlanders did: hold W and try to win. That's that's Splatlanders' motto.
Hey, and whatever works, right? If it works, it works.
If you can't beat your enemy, join them.
Oh yeah. We see tower control on Hagglefish Market.
The best map of all time. I think tower control is Hagglefish. It's the best map.
It's up there, I will say. It's a little bit of personal preference, of course, but it is up there.
I mean, the only issue I think with Hagglefish, tower control is that that little bit of tower path that heads over to that right side, like canopy tent region, is easily just able to be either locked out from either side using certain displacements. No real changes from Splatlanders, except they do have a blob now, and we do see a machine coming out from the side of Bubble. Bubble, I think, maybe is trying to figure out how the machine can kind of work into this gameplay.
Having a bit of fun, of course. Experimenting a little bit. As you see a first splat going for Splatlanders, so already a player advantage for them as they continue the march forward. And yeah, that is simply what you can do if you are just up there with a Splatling. The ballpoint, no less. As Fox pushes forward with the Inkjet, not going to be able to claim a kill, but will be helping Bubble secure that one.
Yeah, and there is
going forward.
Zuka comes online. Zuka is getting used. Zuka missed the shots, gets punished by the blob. Splatlanders try and move forward. Red light try and try to paint up, see if they can try take this fight against Zap. Loses against Zap, but
Yeah.
that blob actually did its job. It distracted Goomies from the
Oh.
main objective, which was the tower.
Yep, and yeah, speaking of tower, Gumi's in control of that now. They're gonna be pushing that forward, hoping to pop that first checkpoint. But Splatlanders, they got some try strikes. They're gonna, they got something to say about that one. Trade of players, but Splatlanders now in the advantage. Gonna be continuing to move that tower forward, and I like misses, but does not look like too much is going to happen from them.
Yeah, but there is a lot of forward pressure that could be put onto the left side. But looks like currently it's the one that's not going to be flanking was going to be Splatlanders.
Yeah, that I saw the vision. He was cooking. Unfortunately, did get burnt. As you see Inkjet being popped now. Fox moving forward with it. Gonna claim 2 as Splatlanders stay on the tower. Is that a... I think that was a... That was certainly interesting. I don't think... I don't think they deserve to live that long over there. But... Hey, they got the lead. Goomies by 1.
Yeah, you just gotta play the defense of all time, which looks like Goomies is gonna have to play pretty strong because there isn't really any real pressure coming from the left-hand side, which means that the Splatlanders does have a semi-free just takeaway over on the tower left. We see Rare trying to get it. 3 looks like gets. Oh my god! Got the full white. Jeez, pop off
that.
There. Jeez.
Yeah, Rare missed the cooler. I don't know if we caught that one. Bro missed a little bit. He meant to toss it on the tower, but ended up missing. But it's okay. It's OG team gets it. All right.
Yeah, I mean they got the cooler for themselves. They're still trying to just get in their faces. Get some more picks. This is some really aggressive Zap gameplay we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, love the aggressiveness from the Zaps. Don't let the haters tell you that you are a support weapon. Just do it yourself. See Bubble just fighting for their life here in an intense anime battle against the Brella. Will be popping the Brella shield. Will be getting the spot as well. As Zuka now being popped gets the splat on the stick, he will get the wipeout. Oh, and out of spawn!
Yeah, it destroys the spawn armor and everything. Jeez,
yeah, won the lottery. My guy winning the lottery there. Gonna be able to claim a random splat. 41-41 as the game goes. The team that reached it second will be the one getting an extra point. Tie. So there are no draws, of course. 20 seconds left now in the map. But Gumi's popping all their specials. They're going to try to push this in. They're trying to get this just to distance just to take the lead. But Splatlanders, they got something to say about it. They do get the lead. 40 now, as it's not looking too hot. Anarchy stays alive, stays on that tower. Going to be keeping control of it for just a little bit longer. Now Splatlanders have to stay glued to it 24/7, or they will drop this overtime. Bubble trying to stay alive. Got one. They got one.
They did push him off the edge. Maybe not directly, but sort of directly. Take a dip. But that was a really nice defense. Really strong aggression from the side of Goomies. Both sides played really well that match. Just layering those specials. Ensuring that, if we're going to get some points, just make sure the enemy is nowhere near us and you get 3 points.
Yeah. That's a pretty simple strategy. It works, and how to put it? It's interesting. Rare. I have no idea what I did. Bro lived, and I think that's all that matters.
Yeah, and we see this thing. Oh, that's what happened. Slosher got too greedy trying to go after Machine and took the dip. Okay.
Yeah.
One for one trade.
Hey, you got your one. You got your one. You got your one.
But I mean, yeah, that was really nice to see. You know, I think both teams are just. I think they're taking a lot out of this, learning what specials should be used at what times, because a lot of those inkjets had a lot of value.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Rainmaker, Manta Maria. I do not like Manta Maria, so it is a shame that I have to cast this map.
I think Manta Maria, yeah, it can be not everyone's cup of tea. I think Manta is just a map of all times. It has some good things, has some bad things, but overall, it's better than the Splatoon 3 average of what are these maps.
Yeah, it is very much a Splatoon 3 map, I will say.
Looks like both sides are really trying to go after each other, ignoring this Rainmaker and just trying to look for picks. There is one pick. Anarchy picks up this Rainmaker. They're just looking to run it. Gets the.
Oh, they get it.
Full wipe.
They get the wipe out as well. Yeah.
This.
Yeah, Goomies. They're looking to make a run. They're looking to make a statement here. Yep, this is our map. This is our mode. As they're trying to push us further, but this final, I guess, ledge, very hard to go through. But the Rainmaker bobbing and weaving doesn't get up the pedestal, though. So, we'll get stopped just shy as we see now Goomies just retreating for a little bit. The respawns are coming in, though. They're going to stop this Rainmaker from leaving the Splatlanders base. And it looks like that will happen again in full control of just the entire map, right? Like trying their best, not gonna be able to come up with anything. As now Fox going in with the inkjet. Will he get one? Gets one. Trying to snipe Snicky on that on the grates, and will happen. They're gonna push forward again. The Rainmaker with the cover from the crab will be going on the pedestal and will be slamming it down. And I mean, the two quick Rainmakers on both sides. Both Rainmaker maps in this setup and very, very fast. But yeah, Goomies it's all Goomies here. All Goomies.
I know, and it's so interesting to see, because these kind of gameplay that we're seeing, this seems like something that Splatlanders did to Goomies during this set, just speed running these objectives. But now Goomies is the one just speed running through these maps. I mean, that only lasted a minute and 30, or maybe 2 minutes. Yeah, a minute 30. Yeah,
that was absolutely fast, and I think, hey, I mean, you know what? We take
props
those,
to
right?
Goomies. I mean, I think they definitely are fighting back with a little bit of vengeance, being like, okay, you won this set, but we're not going to get you the full. We're not going to give you the full sweep. You're going to have to fight us for the rest of the wins.
Yep.
We're moving on to the next map, Clamblitz Shipshape. A very interesting map. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. It's very linear, and it's really easy to just get into the enemy's basket.
Yeah, and but we'll see what happens. I like seeing variety finally, right? Shipshape, an actual map, so to speak. As see Bubble pushing forward, will just get taken out. I mean, not really a lot you could do against that. As we see some aggression from Splatlanders, but Goomies just in full control. Anarchy walking forward with 7 clams, just gonna be dropping down into safety. but it's okay. Fox has got your back. As again, Splatlanders they're just not able to scrap something together. Goomies just, you know, keeping the gas on, keeping it going. Not building up a power clam though, so they can't really do too much. As yeah, they're gonna get forced back now as Splatlanders, they all respawn.
Yeah, I mean, it really looked like the Zuka was trying to, you know, get the Goomies out of the Splatlanders base, but you know, the Goomies are still kind of running at the Splatlanders, and there's just
it's working.
They're not it's I mean, it is thinking, but they're kind of playing like a wiper. Get in your face, die. If you die, oh well, we're still getting in your face. We're going to keep going at it, not letting Splatlanders breathe at all.
Yeah, which again, this is what honestly, this is how you should be playing the game. Just keep the aggression going. Just think, and you know, Goomies finally, right? And, you know, say maybe Splatlanders are just chilling, having fun. But you know, this, you know, the set was competitive, and you know, it was a 5-0. But hey, it was competitive for a lot of the maps, and you know, this just kind of calls to it. Right now, it's Goomies' turn for dominance.
Yeah,
does not get the slider through. Unlucky.
Slider got ganged up on by all of Goomies. Deep snap, poor Slider.
Yeah. Another day in Reef Slider.
Yeah, looks like we have Fox still trying to get some more picks. Gets one, dies to Slider. Cyan looking to try to push after this missile user.
Oh,
unfortunately, it has to back away, and ends up dying to Anarchy.
Yeah, Anarchy just putting on the defense now. Looks like just stopping Splatlanders. We saw, you know, an attempt at the basket, as now Anarchy will be attempting one of their own. Doesn't quite get up high enough to sink that power clam in. Just gonna strand that clam. Rare gets taken out. As you see another blue power clam fall by the wayside. It's Splatlanders' turn to try to make something happen here, but they're not going to be able to quite find their footing. Not going to be able to get that space. And just like that, Goomies with another barrier pop. We see WannaSplat trying to stay alive. Will stay alive through all of it. A lot of clams, a lot of points though already given up. 40 for Goomies now, and I mean a couple more power clams should do the trick. Oh, as I say that, that's one. That's one. That's one of them.
Yeah.
As Rare moves forward, we see, can anyone stop Rare from getting these clams in? Looks like there will be some resistance, but now it's Bubble's turn to try to sneak in through the side. Will he get stopped? No, and Goomies will be getting the 100-0 wipeout.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of just Splatlanders just bleeding clams. Like, it just, Goomies just kept running at them and kept getting more and more clams, just making sure that that basket never goes back to being closed.
Yeah,
amazing plays.
Honestly, you know what? Hey, look at that. You know, it's nice, and yeah, like just like that, right? They bring it back. They, you know, you get some maps to your name in the, you know, despite it all, they get some maps to their name, and hey, you know, it's all good and fun. But yeah, Splatlanders will be moving forward in the bracket. They will be going to the finals. Do we know who they're facing? Has the other side of the bracket played yet? Has the other semifinal played? Well, it's gonna be either. Okay. Well, this is before the set, so it'll be either UCSD or Seminole. So, one or the other. We will see who they play when the other semifinal gets played.
Yeah, but I believe that's all the maps that got played.
All night.
Yep. So with that, I mean, I think we can start trying, you know, close out. maybe say some final remarks. I'd say props to both teams. They played very well. Splatlanders had a very dominant, well, not dominant. They fought very hard for those 5 wins, and then Goomies took up those, last kind of 4 matches. Props to that. Anyways, I'm Alexo, and you got any comments you guys want to say, Mustard, before you want to sign us off?
Yeah, well, yeah, I have mustard. I didn't say that at the beginning, but hey, I'll say it now. My socials right there, Mustard Potter. You can follow me I'm everywhere. And not a lot much more to say other than hey, it's the end of CCA. It's the end of season 4, so things are heating up across all our divisions. This is just one of them. So we got a lot more action coming at you. Just if you like what you see, hit the like and subscribe, and follow CCA on socials, join our Discord, stay up to date as to what happens. And I mean, yeah, I think congrats to Splatlanders. We'll see them in the finals. That's all I have to say. It's yeah, have a
All
good night.
right. Let's see ya.